Racing needs to evolve like any genre needs to evolve. The greatest time to evolve is when there's something like a console generation swap.
Xbox One.
Because we have more power, we have new technology, we have new things at our disposal.
We are doing something that has seldom been done, I think, in gaming, and definitely never done in the racing space, which is to deliver an epic, innovative game at launch. That is a huge challenge with Forza 5.
So yeah, I've been on the franchise since the very beginning, helped start Forza Motorsport 1 back on the original Xbox, and I remember saying back then that that was the game I was waiting my career to make, and a lot of us kind of felt that way.
When we first formed as a team, before we were even turned 10, we were a collection of people who had published games with some great developers. And we came together and we're pretty sure, we're all pretty young too, we know how to do this. And we got these grand ideas, these grand visions of how we're gonna change car culture and change gaming culture and embrace these new trends. And we're young and we're fresh and we're gonna think about all this.
We didn't know anything really. I mean, we delivered a great product out of sheer determination, passion, and grunt work. I mean, we crunched and we bled for that product to get that out.
We were very competitive. We were very young and very smart. And we took chances and we took risks, and some panned out and some didn't. I'm now 10 years in, and I'm more excited about my career than I've ever been.
One of the key aspects of this team is they're always questioning. They're always critiquing themselves. They're always trying to drive the bar higher. So the team we have right now working on FM5 is far stronger than the team we had, say, on Forza 3.
I've got all this experience, so I can very quickly vet that's going to work, that isn't going to work, that might work, I have no idea. That's exciting. You know, the idea that it might and I don't know, that happens just as much today as it did then. The difference is now, there's a lot more we do know.
You get used to this certain piece of hardware, you really start to learn how to extract all the power from it. Now you've got this new kit that has incredible new capability, but with it, a lot of learning that comes along with it. And honestly, it was a bit of a bumpy road for us. We were super excited because the 360 was so much more powerful than the original Xbox and had so much more capability, but at the same time, we were still a fairly young studio.
That was a huge growth for our code base, and I'd say that was one of the biggest shifts we had hit. Due to some of the costs there, it meant that our first version that we got out on the 360, and obviously when you saw 3 and 4, we had a lot of room to grow from where we were able to land.
From the early days of Turn 10, our investment in Live, as an example, has been pretty remarkable. All the way to a continuous cadence of DLC, a big community team talking and working with our community.
The way this studio looks at its business and at the franchise and how it can serve its fan base. To be that forward thinking about community and realizing that it's important to foster your community and give them features that they care about and keep talking to them and engaging with them. So when I finally came here, it was just a real honor to work for a game that I truly believed in and truly loved.
At our core, we're a racing studio. But people come to our game for many different reasons, whether it be I want to be a creator, whether it be I want to be a top racer, whether it be I just love cars, I love collecting the cars, I love just loving on the cars, right?
What I found is that when you get into the scale of a Forza game, that we just have people that like cars and like games. So we had a really large number of people that loved both Motorsport and Horizon. And then there are some people that are more on the periphery that are much more discerning and they know what they want and they were looking for, I'm looking for story, I'm looking for open world. Or people saying I'm looking for precision and exacting, recreations. And by having both of those, we're able to appeal to this much broader group.
We really broke down what is the Forza franchise about, what we called the franchise pillars. The things that just are, you have to do these things to be true to the franchise, and these are the places where there's a lot of room to go off and explore. So we gave that to Playground and stood back.
But they don't rob from each other, and what we found is it goes towards that larger vision, getting people excited about games, getting people excited about cars, and embracing new trends in entertainment and in technology. I think it's interactive entertainment that is going to help keep people engaged with cars on a passionate level. It's a challenge to gaming. It's a challenge to us to be innovators and thought leaders and use the new technology of the new platforms to do this for car culture and gaming culture.
We have a sort of unofficial motto for the Forza Motorsport franchise, and that is we want to turn car lovers into gamers and gamers into car lovers.
We've got top drivers. They're driving, they're driving our game. They're playing Forza. They come back and say, "Oh, I learned the Nürburgring. I'm a factory driver, and I learned the Nürburgring in Forza to prepare for racing there for 24 hours." So I think that's what's fun for us. Is it used to be kind of novel and cool, and now in many cases it's very, very legitimate, and people take it very seriously.
Cars are faster than they've ever been. I mean, the Nissan GTR is able to do, a sub 4 second 0 to 60 with launch control using all these advanced computers. It's not breaking the laws of physics, but we don't necessarily simulate all of the laws of physics that make that possible in a last generation game. So we're nowhere near tapped out there.
We've got a lot of experience now in delivering on time and delivering with performance and quality. It's more that we can continue that arc of quality and performance, and people won't see it as, oh, well, that's the speed bump that got us onto the generation and we'll wait for the next version. This is going to be the quality that everybody expects.
And like when we're looking at Xbox One, what we're capable of doing, what I'm particularly excited about is this idea of simulation of imperfection. We had been asked a question from some people like that, like, your cars were perfect in Forza 4, how are you going to make them better? Well, the answer we found is actually making them less perfect, bringing in some of that imperfection that you see in the real world. A coat of paint never goes on perfectly evenly. Even on $1 million car, there's what we call orange peel. It's a slight imperfection, and you see it in the reflection of the car.
Maybe we're a bit adrenaline junkies, a little bit, of being at the first ones on the platform, the first ones with the hardware, the first ones to get our hands on the next innovation, driving that innovation.
This is going to be a full Forza at launch. That is a ton of pressure, and it would not have been possible with the people we were 10 years ago, or even 5 years ago.
I believe we're uniquely positioned to deliver on that challenge. We're a huge epic game that's going to be running at 1080p, 60 frames a second on the next-gen console. So it's an incredible opportunity on one hand, but you have to be incredibly flexible and agile and self-aware on the other hand to be able to deliver a game at launch at the quality and the size that we're trying to do with Forza Motorsport 5.
Can we actually give people the thrill of owning a Ferrari or driving a race car at speed? Can we give you that experience in a richer way? And that's the promise of the next generation, is that we have the power to deliver more immersive experiences, more emotional experiences that blend you together with cars. I'm excited about the challenges of just pushing the genre forward and not doing just what's expected, but doing new things entirely.